So my problem with Etsy coaches is that while it might work for the platform, it doesn't always work for the shop owner. It doesn't always work for you. Welcome to the Product Boss Podcast, where we're dedicated to helping product-based business owners turn into revenue-generating, successful, happy product bosses. I'm Jacqueline Snyder.
And I'm Mina Kunlo-Sitep. Together through digital courses, coaching, and masterminds, we've helped over 50,000 students from startup to multi-million-dollar businesses scale their sales while blending in their dream life.
It gets lonely out there in the product business world. We fully believe a business shouldn't be built alone. There's room at the top for all of us.
So let's get scrappy and creative together, Product Boss, to be profitable, make more sales, and grow your visibility.
Are you ready? Let's dive in.
Hey, Jacqueline, doesn't it feel like the AI revolution is upon us? I mean, it seems like everywhere I turn, there's a new AI tool waiting for me to learn.
Absolutely. I feel like how maybe my grandma felt when Facebook came out, right? But AI tools are definitely at the forefront right now. And listen, we are here to support you through it because it's something new. And it is at the forefront, especially for business owners. And there are tons of ways to use AI, not only to streamline, but also to help grow your business.
I mean, it really is incredible. Who doesn't want to make things easier for themselves? Am I right?
I
Especially as
mean,
a product business owner who is so busy wearing all of the hats.
exactly. And then plus, when you do wear all those hats in your business, even if they're super cute, sometimes it can be difficult to have the time or the energy to come up with those creative ideas for content. I mean, we know this better than anyone. And we all know that that compelling content, that content that matters to your customer is so important and more important than ever before.
Definitely, which is why with HubSpot's AI content assistant tool, you don't have to stress so much about thinking of content ideas. The content assistant tool helps you brainstorm, create, and share content in a flash, all inside a super easy to use CRM.
Oh my goodness, we all love easy, right? Plus, HubSpot also just released their new chat spot, which automates all the manual tasks inside of HubSpot. So you can focus on what matters most, which is engaging with your customers, selling more products, and scaling your business faster.
I mean, HubSpot combined with AI sounds like a game changer for product based business owners.
Yeah. And that's because it is. And that's why we partnered with HubSpot, because look at all the amazing things they're doing for business owners. So, my friends, find out more about how to use AI to grow your business at hubspot.com/artificial intelligence. Hey, friends, and welcome to another Just Jacq episode for my 1990s kids out there. It's Just Jacq. I told our Jennifer, who runs all of our marketing department, who is younger and amazing and all the things, but I don't think she fully understood the Just Jacq. But if any of you watched Will and Grace, you know it, you love it, and that is where it's coming from. But let's own it, and it's Just Jacq with a Q. So let's jump into this episode. Now, if you are new here, I'm Jacqueline Snyder. I am your visionary product-based business expert coach. I have launched multiple physical product-based businesses of my own in the fashion industry and apparel and accessories. I've helped over 1,000 fashion brands start and grow from concept all the way through sales. And as you know me here at The Product Boss, I have helped over 50,000 product-based business owners scale their businesses around the world. And I'm so proud of all of you that are here and listening, and to all of our new friends. So if you're new here, go ahead and hit that follow button on your podcast where you're listening right now. Make sure to follow us. We get 2 episodes a week. And if you haven't left a review on the podcast yet, would you be so kind to pause real quick and go ahead and leave a review? It really helps us. We show up every week, twice a week, giving you information to continue to help grow your business. And those reviews actually really help us reach new product-based business owners. And remember, you may have found us and read the review before you decided to hit subscribe or follow to make sure that we were your cup of tea. So any positive reviews is helpful. And you know it, as product-based business owners, we want those reviews and testimonials. All right, my friends. So let's jump in. I was trying to come up with a name for this episode. I'm going to just say it. And it's the problem with Etsy coaches, right? It's kind of like, what's the problem with Etsy coaches? What are the strategies that they're telling you and teaching you that make sense for Etsy, but don't necessarily make sense for you. So let's dig in. So I recently worked with a multi-stream machine student. So if you're on our email list, every so often I'll send out an email that's like, hey, I'm taking on a couple one-on-one clients for a few one-offs. And I love to do that because I want to connect with each of you individually, like whoever I can, to really understand where you are in the world. Like, where are you in your product business journey? What are your struggles? What are you going through? What are you dealing with? Now, this is a service that I offer, but it helps both ways. I love to connect with our product-based business owners. I love to coach. And then at the same time, I help you grow and fine tune and get really like we really get to tune your business. So I recently worked with an Etsy seller, and she's also a multi-stream machine student. And we jumped on a call, and she said, I love the podcast. I love your program. I love the course. I love multi-stream machine, but I get so confused sometimes. Because I also listen to Etsy podcasts, and I also have Etsy coaches, and they tell me in order to grow on Etsy that I need to be making making listings for 2 new products a day. She's like, but then you say, no, like lean into your best sellers, right? Like 80% of your revenue can come from 20% of your products. And she's like, I feel so confused. Like, I hear you and like what you're saying makes sense, but then I sell on Etsy because that's my main platform. And then I'm like, but this is my platform, so maybe I should be making 2 new products a day. So you all may be feeling similar if you're an Etsy seller, or if you just have been fed the story that you always have to be creating something new in order to be successful. I mean, as a fashion designer in fashion, we have, there's seasons, right? There's newness. But like if you look at brands like Zara and H&M and those kind of like disposable mass market fashion brands, yeah, they have new stuff on the floor every week. They churn it out. But that is not how I would coach a startup fashion brand on working, right? They would work in collections. They'd have seasons. They might have spring, summer, fall, winter, right? It all depends on your capacity. And then they would sell, market, but they would focus on the products that they have, and they would try and sell more, make more, and get more eyeballs on their business. Hey friends, we just wanted to interrupt this episode really quick to share with you our latest podcast recommendation. Recently, we've been hooked on the Side Hustle Pro podcast, hosted by Nicaila Matthews-Okome, which is brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals.
Yeah, Nicaila is so amazing. One of the things I love most about her podcast is how she shares stories of women of color and diverse entrepreneurs who have scaled their side hustles into profitable businesses. I mean, talk about inspirational.
100%, right? And on one of her latest episodes, she actually interviewed our friend and one of our mentors, Rachel Rogers. Shout out, Rachel. Together, they discussed why we should all be millionaires. And Rachel even shared actionable tips on how to scale your own business to 7 figures.
I mean, music to my ears. That episode is so good. Plus, you're sure to love Nicaila's real and authentic insights of what it's like to build a side business while working a full-time job, since we know so many of you listening can really relate to that.
Listen to Side Hustle Pro wherever you get your podcasts. Now, back to the show. Hey, Product Boss. Okay, it's your product biz coach here, Jacqueline, and I have a treat for you. So the other day, we got a message on Instagram from our friend Lolly. Now, she's a product boss, and she was on the hunt for an easy-to-use inventory management software to keep track of her raw goods and what she had ready to sell. And guess what? We had an answer for her. Not only did we have a fantastic inventory management software to refer her to, but we also had a whole treasure chest of 308 other business tools and resources to make her product-based business easier to manage and more efficient to grow. And we have it for you as well. Now picture this: packaging and printing supplies, affiliate management, website and email software, legal resources, video and photo tools. Oh my, you name it, we've got it. And here's the cherry on top. It is totally free, right? It's not going to cost you a single penny. That's right, because you can get your hands on the Product Boss's Ultimate Resource Guide absolutely free. We are on a mission to change small businesses' lives and their ability to grow around the world. And whatever we can do to help you do that, we are here for it. And so we're hoping that this resource guide is one step closer to reaching your dreams. So all you need to do is slide into our DMs on Instagram with the word guide and just send us that message and we will send you a link to download it right away. Or you can head straight to theproductboss.com/resource guide. Easy peasy. Oh, and did I mention you can also DM us guide on Instagram and voila, we'll shoot you that link right away. So my friend, don't wait another second. You can get your hands on the ultimate resource guide for product bosses right now. Now let's jump back into the show. So here's going back to this coaching story. She felt so confused and pulled. And I asked her, she's like, I love Multi-Stream Machine. I love the program. And I asked her how much she made last year. And she'd only made about $3,000 total in the year. So what does she sell? She sells like baby one pieces. And she sells kids t-shirts. And comparing herself to some bigger brands or bigger shops on Etsy that have tens of thousands of reviews, she's like, oh, if they're doing this, I should do this too. So when you do print on demand, because that's what her business is, when you're kind of doing like, you get the order and it prints on demand, or she prints it on demand, she's constantly looking for new artwork every day. She's needing to pay for that artwork. She's needing to rework the artwork, get it on the flat lay image that she's going to put on. She needs to create the listing. And so she's doing this 2 times a day for every day of the year. And she only made $3,000 last year. So I said, well, how is that working for you? Is it working? She's like, well, not really. I mean, I make sales, but not really making sales. I mean, it's not that much money. And I was like, yeah, like the effort you're putting in and the time you're putting in and the cost that it's costing you, like this is maddening and bonkers. And of course you're going to feel drained by this business. Of course you're going to feel slightly hopeless. Like this is hard, So by working together, I took a look at her product lineup and I said, well, how's this doing? And how's that doing? And I was kind of pulling from her to figure out like, what are customers actually reacting to? And what I saw on her stuff was that she's from Michigan and she had some stuff on like the Great Lakes. And so I was like, oh, and fishing and stuff like that. And based on her location, so this is not for all of you. So don't take this idea and say, oh, I'm going to go do this and it's going to be successful, because this is not what's working on Etsy. This is the coaching I gave her based on her location, based on her product, and based on the designs that she created. Okay. So take this, but don't take this as your, oh, I'm going to do what you're saying, because this is her test and try. You all have your own test and try. So we looked at it and I said, why don't you niche down to this? Because you're in Michigan, because you're around the Great Lakes, because it's local, why don't you focus on this? And maybe you can be referable and known for kids' clothes that are more for locals, not for all the people in all the places on Etsy. And what would it look like if you stopped sourcing every day and creating every day? And instead you took your creative energy into marketing, to getting new eyeballs on your business, to pushing out marketing as well as pulling new customers in. And she said, I like that. I was like, you don't have to do any more designs. Let's just see if this works. So I said, the first thing I want you to do, the easiest way, the best way to do this is to test and try this locally. So here are your 2 options. Find a local store and do a pop-up and get in real life, real time with real people and see what their reaction is. Or it's the summer. Are there any markets that you could be a part of? Any art shows? Like, what could you be a part of? And she's like, actually, there's this local market. I was like, great. Let's get you a booth. Let's take only these pieces that we've identified. Let's go to the booth. Let's let people walk around that are parents that are going to see it. And they're like, oh my God, I love the lakes. I love fishing. I love Michigan. This is where they live, right? And let them identify with that. They do not need a little brother, big sister. They don't need any of these other like too cute for school like shirts. They don't need any of that. Let's focus on where the customer is and let's see if it's a viable product, and that's test and try. So my problem with Etsy coaches is that while it might work for the platform, it doesn't always work for the shop owner. It doesn't always work for you. So if you've been trying something for a really long time, you've been trying and you're like, these coaches are telling me to do it this way, but you're not seeing the results you're hoping for, then my friends, this is the time, this is the day, this is the moment that you believe in yourself and you say, okay, what do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And you're just thinking, I just need to find the right print. I just need to find the right thing and post it, right? But what if you tried something different? What if you did what this multi-stream machine student did and niche down? Think about what can I be discovered for, like, or what can I be referable by, or I'm losing my words, but you know what I'm saying, known for, that's the word. And then where can I go and get immediate feedback? And guess what? She did the market. She signed up for multiple markets. She's getting immediate feedback because people are walking into her booth. They're pointing, they're looking, they're buying. She's making sales now when before she was just waiting for people to discover her on Etsy. And her energy is going into the weekend when she's selling and not into every day of hopelessness of coming up with new designs and her spending money without her business making her money and being able to reinvest back into it. So I hope that I love our Etsy coaches. So anyone out there, and there are Etsy coaches I love, but this is my sticking point of, if it works for you, great. If it's not working and hasn't been working, it is time to pivot. Okay, my friends, I hope this was helpful. Make sure to follow the show if you are new here. I'm Jacqueline Snyder. I am your visionary product-based business coach. I have done it myself, and I want to help you grow your businesses yourself from your living rooms, your basements, from your studios. They don't have to be little. From your studios, any way that we can support you to grow a business that supports the life that you have always dreamt of. I'm all here for it. Okay, thanks everyone. Thank you for being here and listening all the way through the Product Boss podcast. If you love our show and it has helped you in any way in your business, would you mind doing 2 things for us? Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode, and leave us a review. Reviews help other product entrepreneurs know that this is the place to be to grow their businesses and realize that they're not alone. And we know that you all know that a 5-star and honest review helps you sell more products to more people. So you know that your reviews help us reach more listeners around the world. Remember, what we give is what we receive, and we are all about helping each other in the Product Boss community. We are all in this together. We would be so appreciative of you if you could take the time right now to subscribe, leave a review, and even share this episode on social or someone you know so we can impact more lives. And remember, subscribing means that you will get notified each time we release a new episode so you never miss a thing. You have helped us grow and climb into the top 10 of all marketing podcasts, and together we can keep climbing. Thank you, friends. And remember, there is room at the top for all of us.